All right, welcome everyone to Hellclock, an action RPG roguelike that says, what happens if Path of Exile, if the Path of Exile League took only 20 minutes? How fast can you run through a Diablo 4 season? It is a lot of fun. It is highly addicting. I've had my hands on it for quite some time, and we're going to play through it the day before release, because why not? Side note, I did get permission to actually do this, so I'm not, out here breaking any NDAs or anything like this. So I just want to make that clear. I'm allowed to actually be playing this before it releases on Steam. We are going to start a new save so everybody can experience exactly what the game's like. Spoilers, because I'm going to be playing through the game, so spoiler alert for all of you that want to avoid spoilers. I'm sorry. It is important to note that the original language is Portuguese. This is made by developers in Brazil. It's based off of real life events that happened in Brazil's history, the Canudos War. So the original language is in Portuguese. They did do an English dub of things for release. So you will have your option of English or Portuguese for audio, and for text, they have pretty much all of the major languages you could think of. So the subtitles and the text can be in anything. For controls, you have keyboard controls. It is mouse and click to move, or because I know so many people love using it, you can use WASD movement in game, something that has been widely requested across action RPGs. You can actually use it here. I use controller.
Oh, that is disgusting.
I have been playing this primarily, however, on my Steam Deck, which it runs phenomenally. There is a little bit longer loading time, but that's it. I've never seen a game that is in pre-release that has run that smoothly before on Steam Deck. So, good job, guys. New save file. Let's do this. It's important to note 3 things. 1, they have softcore and hardcore. Hardcore, if you die, you're done. You start a new game. Your character is deleted. It's not like what we do in Diablo as far as hardcore. If you die, well, then you just go to, like an Eternal Realm. It doesn't count anymore as a hardcore character. No. If you die, your character is gone. There is an important distinction out of things I did not know that I learned later. Dying is death by enemies. If you quit the current run you're in or finish the run, you'll see what I'm talking about later on, then it does not count as your hardcore character dying. So you either die by enemies or you menu out and finish your run before you get killed. Options, allow pause. Pause menu is great. I highly recommend, if you're not used to speedrunning, you allow pause. Relax mode, if you have high anxiety and high blood pressure like I do, you should probably use the relax mode, because it means that the timer that you're on, which plays into the whole aspect of this being focused on speed and time and management of resources and relics and skills. If you want to unlock things a bit easier, or if you want to alleviate, as it says, some of the pressure from the game, use relax mode. Skip to the campaign. We're not doing that right now. We'll do it later, but not right now. This will give you direct access to the in-game. The in-game itself is currently in beta, as they are testing their in-game system mechanics and going to be developing it further over the feedback from the community. So if you do want to go directly into that, which I do not recommend, because this game has a lot of unique mechanics in it, later on, if you just want to skip the campaign, you can do it there. We're going to allow pause, leave it off relax mode, and go softcore, because if you've been around my channel at all, I don't play hardcore because I don't trust my internet and I don't trust my computer, because both of them are shit. I will say one of the things that is great about this game is the native auto aim that controller has. As far as when you're trying to target an enemy, if you point in that general direction, it will, for the most part, auto aim at what you're trying to actually encounter. All right, notice when you jump in, there's nothing here. So when you actually first descend into the basement, you have a bare bones build, running in with virtually nothing. Akin to Hades, in that every time you die or restart and go to another run, you unlock things progressively with each iteration. Running in, only grabbing a few things and getting back out isn't any limitation. So long as you're continually to go in to do another run, you're always constantly unlocking something else, either acquiring a new item or going forward actually unlocking new content as well, be it items, be it skills, be it levels. It can be any one of them. Breakables within the game itself. You can see the clock up here. Start off with 7 minutes. That's all you get. That's why I said it's very much focused on speed and management of your skills and the items that you have. Breakables, you got pots. Break them to pick up different currencies that you can use. Golds, trinkets, like we just picked up. Trinkets are automatically equipped. So if we go to the start screen, you can see we got a spirit trinket right here. Gives 14% multiplicative mana. You can look at the character screen. It breaks it up based on Fury, Spirit, Vigor, and other. Each of these have surprisingly very good descriptions if you hover over them. Like base damage is the flat amount of damage when hitting enemies. If we go to critical damage, it even indicates that it is a multiplicative monitor that applies to the base damage when you're crit hitting. I want to give kudos to the development team because as someone that plays Diablo and has dove into Path of Exile a bit, holy shit is this great. It gets so convoluted having whether or not it's an additive modifier, whether or not it's a multiplicative modifier, how everything integrates with one another. Thank you for broke it down to a stupid snuggie level to where I can actually understand which each one of these do. Everything is broken down as much as possible. And if it is not, the development team has provided a lot of knowledge and information as far as how to understand how each stat integrates with one another. One thing that I wish I knew initially, because I didn't actually go to the character screen, is attack speed does not affect spells. Attack speed is for non-spell attacks. Cooldown speed, it even says, affects the casting speed for spells. They are two different things. When I was ramping up attack speed and my spells weren't going faster, I couldn't understand why. Definitely check out the character screen, go through things, and see how each of the different stats apply to one another, because that will greatly influence how you're using your pickups. Each of the skills shows you all the different keywords for it. Marksman, projectile, fire, damage, elemental damage, and attack for split shot as an example. All of those are going to be indicative of what exactly you're targeting with your blessings as you go along, and the relics as you get them. Your gear will build into that as well. Your gear will get automatically equipped, not only the trinkets that you get along the run, but the actual gear and clothing that you're wearing as you progress along as well. Your damage, health, and mana, all right at the top. So it is easy to quickly look and assess it and being able to see it right there. And yes, there is a timer on the runs for a very specific reason that will be shown here in a bit. And that's level up. It will pause the timer. Thankfully, it will pause the clock on the run, so you actually have a chance to be able to look at the modifiers on these blessings. You can go into your character screen and to see your current blessings, relics, gear, and character sheet in order to compare, contrast exactly what you could use, what you could not use, etc. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible and just go for damage. Something else I wish I knew. Did not know at the beginning. It says remaining blessings down here. That's important because the remaining blessings correspond to the level of rarity on each of them. Epic, you're allowed 1. Rare, you're allowed 2. Even as you mouse over, you can see it highlights it, makes it a little bit bigger, and it highlights what skill it applies to. Magic, you're allowed 3. Common, you're allowed 4. I didn't pay attention to this when I started the game. You should pay attention to this because it greatly affects how you're going to choose the blessings and in what order you're going to choose them. So like if I chose the epic blessing for quick trigger, it would be the only one that I'm allowed for this skill during this run. It's kind of something you want to take a look at as well. You can also use that to your advantage to redraw and re-roll the blessings that you get if you know you're specifically targeting one that hasn't shown up and you have the possibility of getting one that you're trying to acquire for a specific difficulty. Here's going to go damage. Every time you level up, you get to choose blessing. Blessings vary as far as what stat or skill they apply to. Gold actually is important. Towards the end of this room, you'll see why. Because it allows you to acquire more trinkets and items that will help you along the run. And there I picked up another trinket. You can see it off to the side. Trinket of Precision, 3% additive critical hit chance. You'll earn lots of these as you go along of different rarity and different applicable stats. You can see as well, if you actually select over it, you can hit Alt and it'll show the roll information. So it'll actually tell you the tier and what the range is on the roll. I have natural snuggy luck. I have the worst roll possible. This one is the best roll possible. So it does vary. Roll chance and rarity. I just love that I get, as I'm showing off an example, it's the worst one possible.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Naturally. Now, one other important thing to note is the layout of these rooms generally is the same. So it makes it a bit easier, especially starting off, once you get to learn the layout of things, where breakables are, and everything of that nature. Chests, another thing I learned as I went along, they make a specific sound when you're near them, so it helps you to identify them. As well, there is a mini map that is right up here that will show when there are things around you that you can actually click. You can zoom in, zoom out, and most importantly, because everybody loves them, everybody loves a good overlay. You can have the map overlay, like some of the old school ARPGs. If you want to control this, you can hit the down arrow and left and right arrow on your controller to zoom in and zoom out as well. And we did just get a Shrine of Power. All of your buffs are going to be down here. It will tell you exactly what the modifier is and the duration that you have them for. It will have the little green indicator going around to show what time you have remaining. It is important to know that, just because for certain ones, it works a lot in your favor. The one that I've seen that is probably the best for that is the Shrine of Wealth, because money becomes, especially in the early game, very hard to acquire for some of the blessings that you're trying to get that are higher in not only rarity, but influence on your game as well. It's got 2 more Trinkets of Power. It went from 13 and 14. It took the higher one, so 14% damage. And again, we can see the roll. We had originally 13, got 14. Another important thing of note, whenever you're actually going to a chest and opening it, it's a speed-based game. Chests are great. You don't have to stay there. Crack the chest and keep going, because the money, the drops, everything will follow you. You don't have to stick around for all of them and try to collect them. As soon as you crack it, anything that's going to be in the chest will follow you, and you can just keep running and it will catch up to you eventually. Since we are in the beginning, we now have more skills as we leveled up. The skills automatically got applied to our skill bar. We can drag and drop them and reorder them if you choose to do so. I will show off these just a little bit. We do have Shadow Dash, which is your method of dashing around the screen. Each different skill does some type of damage or modifier to yourself. They're not just like evade like in Diablo. This actually does damage as you're dashing around as well. Reflexes is a passive attack You got a ring of knives. They shoot out of things and just automatically start hitting things for you. You have a set number of knives, but if you trigger it, they just hang around you. And it actually shows the area of effect on everything, which is good. Because then I know whether or not I have something within a specific range, as opposed to when I'm guessing how far 10 yards is, like we have to in some other games. All right, and speaking of area of effect, we can get some more of it right now, and you can already tell the difference. And let's see if I can trigger it again. There was just a pop-up that says not enough mana for that skill. That is something that you can actually set as a pop-up inside the options. It does not have to pop up there. Health, your potion quantity is down here. Health here. Mana here, naturally. I have to use a potion, so use a potion, picks back up. Now, this is not an easy game initially. It is intended to be as such. But like I said, this is kind of like Hades in that so long as you're not playing on hard... Let me preface that. So long as you're not playing on hardcore, death equals progression. Not only death, but a run equals progression, because a run can be ended sooner than dying or than time expiring in hardcore, just like it can in softcore. Each iteration that you are going on a run equals progression. Even if it is you just immediately dying and getting wiped out, you're still learning something about the new enemies you're facing and picking up trinkets or equips or different things for each of the different levels. So it gives you a better understanding about what each run, what each level does. And each level, each act, there are 3 different acts, has 21 floors to each of them. I just want to emphasize this. You're not going to actually get all the way through on your first run. I don't know of anyone that's done it yet, but I may be wrong. I'm sure it will happen. Speedrunners are amazing at finding little ways to manipulate everything, so I'm sure it will happen. You can see the boss's spawns. It is a bigger dot rather than the smaller dots you had earlier.
Moments later.
I got killed, which is fine. It'll show you runtime that it took to get through things, your total amount of runs, your total amount of deaths, and total amount of time. The run progression shows you for that run the damage, the equipped trinkets that you had. The active blessings are off to the side, which you got, and the skills that you used. This is great. Having this synopsis, again, every run you have, you learn a little bit something new.